Okay, I'll start with another story to depict how things aren't what they seem to be. So, there were these two traveling angels. They were traveling by a village and they saw a nice building, and they went on to the building and they asked to the man to spend a night in their building. But the man was rude and arrogant. He refused to let them stay in their guest house. Instead, he offered them to stay in a cold basement of their building. They accepted, as they were angels, so they accepted to stay in there, and they went in. The night started, and what happened was the older angel saw a hole in the wall and he tried to fix it. So the younger one asked, "Why are you fixing his wall? Why are you helping him out? Like, he was rude with us, he's not a good person. Why are you doing this?" The old angel replied that things aren't what they seem to be, so don't judge it, simply. Then they left the place. Then they went to another village. Again, they saw a farmer's house. They asked them to stay there overnight. The farmer welcomed them very honorably, and they offered good food to them, even being poor. They even offered their bed for them to sleep. What happened the next morning was the farmer's only cow was dead. So the younger angel again asked the older one, "You could have prevented this, right? I mean, like, these are good people and they are like poor as well, and they gave us good hospitality. In the previous case, you helped them out. Being the owner, being rude, you helped them out, but this guy is a good one, and still you couldn't prevent. You let this happen." So the old angel started explaining that things are again not what they seem to be. So in the previous case, what happened was, beneath the hole of the wall there was a treasure. So the angel wanted the man to not find the treasure because he was already greedy and arrogant. So finding that would ruin him. So that's why he sealed the hole, so that he couldn't figure out about the treasure. In the second case, what happened was the god of death came last night to the farmer's house. He was ready to take the farmer's wife, but he convinced him, the old angel convinced him to take the cow instead. So this way, the farmer suffered the farmer escaped from a great loss and went through this kind of loss. So it's a better thing. So the younger angel understood that. So isn't this same for us as well? We don't understand the entire story. We don't see the whole picture, and we start judging, we start complaining. So what if we start looking at the entire perspective? Even while encountering different people, like, seeing from their perspective, seeing their story, wouldn't it change our behavior? Wouldn't it make us more smooth and be less rude with them? I generally give another example. It's a story of a lion and deer, the common one, a lion chasing a deer. So if you show a person the story of a lion, how he is starving for months, and if he'll go without food for a day, he might die. That's the story you show to one person, and you show another story of the deer to another person, that the deer is always running, is not able to eat full stomach and stuff like that. Then you show the entire picture. The lion is chasing the deer to eat him. The first person would obviously wish that let the lion get his food, and the second person would wish that let the deer escape from the lion. But you don't get to a good solution, right? You don't have a solution that will satisfy both. So that's how the nature is. But this is what we can learn from the nature. Things do go wrong because if there is that's what equilibrium is. If something goes positive, something needs to go negative. But what we can do is we can just accept that we don't see the whole picture. So it's not for us to judge whether it's right or wrong, whether it's good or bad, because we don't know the full story. Even if a person we meet right now in a train or somewhere in the road, and just by looking at his look or his behavior, he's behaving towards someone else, we start judging him as a bad guy. But we don't know his entire story, the background that he has went through. It's just the story that we tell, that this guy might be something like that, but that has nothing to do with reality. Just a little thought, guys. Being aware that we judge like this and our judgments are so biased would at least, I'm like, if not anything else, would at least save some of our energy that we keep on spending on judging people, on deciding whether something is true or wrong, right or wrong, false or true, or good or bad. Just a thought, guys. Thank you for watching.